Welcome back. Day 6, business aptitude at its greatest glory. You know what it is. It's the Daily Drucker, how we're going to tag into the book and follow it. This is now 360 days remaining of the 6 days, because this is 366 days of these teachings by Mr. Drucker. And I got to tell you, man, these scenarios get real fast. So we're going to dig right in, not wasting any time. See how you guys can compare this to what you guys have going on with the companies that you own and your employees. This one's pretty cool because it has to do with really scaling your business to a point where you can harness your overhead fees, your operational fees. So let's dig in. It's called Raising Service Worker Productivity. Sell the mailroom. I'm not sure what he means by that phrase right there, but I'm going to explain to you in the action point. So let's dig in. It says improving the productivity of service workers will demand fundamental changes in the structure of organizations. Service work in many cases will be contracted out of the organization to whom the service is being rendered, right? This applies particularly to support work, such as maintenance. Then you have, clerical work, things like that, right? Outsourcing, moreover, will be applied to a good deal of the increasingly, let's say that I'm skipping ahead here as I'm looking back and forth. It's the drafting for the architects and technical professional library. So you're really reaching out and delegating, if you will, which is probably one of the best things to do when it comes to business nowadays. And I would really attach that to leveraging, right? You really want to leverage your time. In fact, American law firms already contract out to an outside computerized database, most of what their own law library used to do. So when they are getting a lot of the clerical work done or a lot of the data intensive research, it kind of, nowadays you really don't have to keep, all these books on hand. You just need a resource that keeps up to date. Like when it comes to like the law offices and stuff like that, you want to keep, a cloud, if you will, of information, and then have access to case laws and things like that that change constantly and update constantly, so that that attorney can quickly reference past cases and stuff like that. Just really digging in on that, and it makes it easier for the paralegal to do their job to assist the attorney. The greatest need for increased productivity is in activities that do not lead to promotion into senior management within the organization, but nobody in senior management is likely to be much interested in this kind of work, know enough about it, care greatly for it, or even consider it important, right? Such work does not fit the organization's value system. In the hospital, for instance, the value system is that of the doctors and the nurses, right? They are concerned with the patient care at bedside manner. Well, in some cases, right? No one, therefore, pays much attention to the maintenance workers, the support workers, the clerical workers, the people that make you sit and wait and yell at you, right? We should therefore expect that within a fairly short period of years, such work to be contracted out to independent organizations, which compete and get paid for their own effectiveness in making this kind of work more productive. I'm going to circle back to that. Action point. Make your backroom service activities someone else's front room. Right? So outsourcing where you can to lower your costs. So we see this everywhere right now. Okay. A lot of companies today, now mind you, this book was written, I reference it, but it was back in 2004. We've done a lot since then, right? So we're talking about quite a bit of time, over 20 years. And since then, a lot of things have changed, have improved. Businesses have improved. Some businesses have scaled up. They learned how to use their money better, leverage their time. You have companies like Cintas that come in and they take care of all your cleaning stuff and all the smell good stuff in your businesses, right? So you don't even have to think about that. You don't have to pay your staff for that. And then you figure out what that monthly cost is, because now it's not an employee. It's not an additional employee. So it's not more towards your costs for what's it called, unemployment and all those other fees that are required. So that's why businesses are able to scale down a little bit and then task current employees with more work. So you want to look at things like that within your own companies, and constantly think about what you can outsource, what you can pay for. Look at what that monthly cost is, and ask yourself: is it cheaper for you to outsource that or to pay an employee to do it? By outsourcing it, is it easy? How many options are there to outsource? How many different companies are competing for that position, right? Whereas an employee, you're hiring them and then maybe they call out sick or don't show up. Whereas a company, they don't show up, you drop them and move on to the next, right? So you want to look at those different types of things that um, help you outweigh your costs, um, to improve the flow of your business, and that customer support, right? The purpose of business is to gain a customer, right? So you want to make sure that your services are smooth, right? Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for tomorrow every single day. Let's get it.